So in my previous video, I discussed the do's and don'ts of CV, what you need to put in the CV, what you need to take out and all of that. And in that video, I promised I was going to draft a perfect UK standard CV and share it with you. Go through all the sections to make sure that you use it as a guide to fine-tune your CV. If this is something that you're interested in, please stay tuned, watch to the end, and don't forget to subscribe and also share it with others. The UK standard CV. I'm going to go through with you right from top to bottom how you should arrange your CV, what information you should put in, and at every point in time I will show you a sample, a perfect UK CV, what I have drafted, and you can use it as a guide along what you also have. And at the end of the video, your CV is actually what sells you out, what gets the attention of the employers first, because obviously you're applying online, so your CV is what is representing you. So everything has to be on point. A lot of people are complaining that they've applied to so many jobs they are not getting. It's possible that there is something you are doing to your CV that is not really right. So the first part of every CV that you see is personal information. This is where you write your name boldly at the top with your address, your contact number, as well as your email address. So this is something you cannot miss in a CV. So if you've not done that, I'll show you what I've done, how you can arrange it very well at the top, neat and nice. And do not include any nicknames or any fancy names in the email address. It has to look so professional. It can be your own name at gmail.com or at yahoo.com. If you don't have an email address, it's so easy. You can go on Gmail or Yahoo or Hotmail and create a professional email address. And in that section, in the personal information section, do not include anything about your marital status, the number of kids you have, your religion, your nationality, your date of birth. It doesn't look professional if you've put such details in. Employers are not really interested in all of that. So just keep it simple and basic and limit it to your name, your email address, your contact number, as well as your address. That's it.
So like I mentioned, you start with your details, your personal information details, which would include your name, your address, telephone number, and email address. So you see the email address is just a simple bridgetjones@gmail.com. No fancy nicknames or letters or words that will look unprofessional. It's just simple Gmail. If you have a Yahoo email account, it's perfect.
The next section of every CV will be the professional summary. If you've not included a professional summary in your CV, then you might be missing something very, very important, or that could be a reason why you're not even getting any job offers yet. So a professional summary is just a brief information about you, what you do, what you're going to bring on board, your career goals, why you think you qualify for this job, or why you think you are the right fit for this position. It should just be a short paragraph, and this will actually catch the attention of the employers and get them to even read further. Write a high impact professional summary that will actually be so catchy, look professional, and catch the attention of the employers. So you can have a look at what I've drafted and make sure you include important keywords like health and safety, compassion, dignity and respect, residents, patients, because it has to be related to the job you're applying for. So just have a look at what I've drafted and draft yours along the same line.
So let me just read this powerful professional summary I've written over here for you so that I can use it as a guide. A qualified and passionate healthcare assistant with 5 years of experience providing outstanding care to ensure optimal health and safety of elderly patients, as well as patients in hospitals and community clinics. Competent in providing personal care to children, adolescents, and adults, including the elderly. Takes pride in maintaining patient safety and ensuring confidentiality of patients, treating every individual with respect, dignity, and compassion. Acts with integrity in the best interest of patients while ensuring compliance with policies and guidelines to promote health and well-being of patients under my care. This is so simple, so powerful, and this will actually get every employer to read further.
So in any UK standard CV format, the next section you can include after the professional summary is professional development. So as a nurse, as a healthcare assistant or senior carer, if you have upgraded yourself or if you've gone a step further by doing some courses that are relevant to the job that you're applying for, you can actually make a list of all of them, write professional development as a heading, and then you list the courses. So I did a video on some of the UK approved courses that you can do. You can have a look at that video and just I've pasted the links in the video description, so if you can do a few of them and add it to your CV, it will actually give you a boost, honestly, because definitely they will know that you've gone a step further by doing what others have not done. So at least this will give you an upper hand. So some of the courses are first aid, health and safety, diabetic care, dementia care. These are knowledge and experience or skills that you will need to be able to work as a senior carer in elderly or residential or care homes. So if an employer sees that you've got a list of some of these in your CV, it will be very, very helpful.
So in the professional development, you can include some of the courses that you have done to actually develop yourself as a profession. So some of the courses include care certificates, infection control, dementia awareness, nutrition. This is a list of all of that.
So the next session after the professional development will be key clinical skills. So the skills that you have or you possess is what the employers are looking for, because they want to know that you are the right fit for this job. So you can write a heading of key clinical skills and then list a few of the skills. If you are not really sure exactly what skills to put, you can look at the job description, what they are expecting you to do, and then draft the key clinical skills along that line. Because if you write skills that are not relevant to healthcare or to the job you're applying for, they will not pick you. And I'll show you obviously in the sample that I've drafted so that you can pick up some of these skills, including washing and dressing, medication, helping in mobilizing patients, feeding patients. This is what you'll be doing when they give you a job as a senior carer or as a healthcare assistant. So this is what you have to put in your CV to let them know that indeed you've got the skills, you've got the experience, so that they can call you for interview.
So the key clinical skills in the heading, and then the skills are also listed below, which will include personal care, including washing and dressing, dressing wounds, medication administration, care of pressure areas. These are the key skills that healthcare assistants or senior carers will definitely be doing. So if you've got some of these key skills, you get an upper hand.
The next most important part is the experience. So, in UK, they always say that you don't need qualification to be able to do healthcare assistant job. What they actually mean is you don't need a degree, a diploma, a master's, or any high qualification, but what you really need is the experience. Whatever experience you've acquired as a healthcare assistant or an enrolled nurse, or whatever experience that you have, this is where you have to show the employers that indeed you are the right candidate for this job. And start with the job that you are doing currently, and then you go in that order. Do not start with the old jobs that you were doing. Start with the ones you're doing currently, the roles and responsibilities. So the work experience should be at the top wherever you are working, the position you are occupying, and then the list of roles and responsibilities can be in bullet points so that it will look more presentable and easy to read. And then you can go on to the jobs that you've done in the past. Pick a few things from the roles and responsibilities I've listed and add it to yours if you don't have them already listed. So in the experience session, some of the roles and responsibilities you can mention will be you assisted patients with personal care, you fed patients who needed support during meal times, you actually mentor some student nurses, therefore you will be able to supervise other carers. So show them that you've got that skills, show them that you've done it before.
I mentioned also that in the work experience, the title, which is the work experience, should be in bold. Where you are working currently should be the one you start with. So the work experience starting from September 2017 to present. Then the position you are occupying, which is healthcare assistant, the name of the hospital, Queen's Hospital, Lagos, Nigeria. And then the responsibilities also in heading. Then you list all the responsibilities in bullet points. And also make sure that these roles and responsibilities are in line with the roles and responsibilities in the job that you've applied for. So the next point under work experience is the next place of work, which is from 2016 January to August 2016. The name of the hospital is Edward District Hospital. You worked as a volunteer. So even if you don't have healthcare experience and you wish to come to the UK to work as a healthcare assistant, I made mention in my video that you can do some volunteering work, which will also serve as a source of healthcare experience for you.
So the next session that you can include after the work experience is your key achievement. So if at your workplace you were awarded maybe the best worker of the month, the best worker of the year, you can actually feature it in the CV after your work experience. So it will make them know that indeed this person is hardworking, even to the point where he or she has received an award. It will actually catch the eye of every employer.
So if you're awarded best worker of the month in 2021 July, you can mention it, whatever achievement or whatever award you've received at work. You can create a section of key achievements and put it under there.
So the next session is your academic qualification. So if you've got any diploma in healthcare, any certificates for healthcare assistant course you've done, or whatever nursing assistant training that you have, this is where you have to put it in. The recent school that you attended, that should come first, followed by the other one. So if you've got like a degree, a diploma, obviously start with a degree, a diploma, and then your secondary school certificate. So it has to follow that chronological order. So the academic qualification should be the head, and then you arrange the others underneath very, very nicely.
You've realized that I've made it also a heading over here, and then the rest are also following in a chronological order, as you can see. So start with the recent qualification that you had, which is the recent healthcare qualification that you had. So as you can see here, from 2020 to 2022 January, this is the St. John's Nursing Assistant Training College Healthcare Assistant Certificate, Lagos, Nigeria. And then also, if you had any other training, ASCO Training Center, NVQ Level 2, Health and Social Care, Liverpool, United Kingdom. So you just arrange it very, very nicely in that order.
So another section I put in this UK format CV is additional details or further details. So in this section, you can include details like time management and write something like you are very good at sticking to your timelines for all the tasks that you need to perform for your patients. If you've got some IT skills, nowadays employers are switching from paper documentation to computerized documentation. If you've got any IT skills, you can mention that in the session. I'll show you what I've done so that at least you know what to put under the further details. If you've got driving license, you can put it there. Under the further details section, you can also put something like availability, and under that you can write that you are flexible with working patterns and you're always available to work extra shift as needed.
So the further details I put in is IT skills. You've got some skills in IT, you can make mention of this. So in this CV, just as an example, I mentioned Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint. If you've got any IT skills which you think will be relevant to the job you apply, you can also put that in. You can put the driving license, full clean driving license. If you've got one, you can put it there. If you don't have it, it's fine. And then security, if you've got a police report which you've been cleared of not having any criminal background, you can put that in as well. Availability, you can also make mention that you are very, very flexible and available to work at any time when needed. Time management, if you are able to stick to your plans and schedules, others, you remain calm in stressful and challenging environments and all of that. You don't panic.
The last session you can include is your reference. So some people would like to leave it as available upon request, which is absolutely fine. But if you wish to include the names of the people you want to use as reference in case the employer wants it, you can list it at the reference session. If you have the details of people that you want the employer to contact on your behalf for reference, you can put their details as well, so that it will make it easier. The employers will not have to come back to ask you for details and all of that. So before you use somebody's details, please inform them that I'm applying for this job. Are you okay if I use your details? So that at least when the employers send them an email or send them the reference form, they will be aware and then complete it on your behalf.
The last session here in the CV is references. Some people will decide to leave it as available upon request, which is fine and acceptable. So this is just a few references. The first one is the head of department for the school, for the nursing training school attended. And then the second one is the ward manager for Queen's Hospital, Kumasi, Ghana. So wherever you've worked with or whoever you think is comfortable giving you a reference, just provide the details as well.
I'm going to go through everything from start to finish, and then you can have a proper look. If you need to pause the video at any point and take notes, please feel free to do that, and don't forget to share and subscribe.
So I'm just going to go through it with you from start to finish. So this is the section where you put your details. There's the professional summary. This section is for the professional development. This is the section for the key clinical skills. And also, this is the session for the work experience. Wherever you've worked, they start with the recent one first. Key achievements, if you've got any, the educational qualifications, wherever you've schooled, and then also any further details which you think will be relevant. Then your references. So this is where it ends. I hope this CV will be a helpful guide for you to draft your CV for your healthcare assistant or senior carer job in UK.
So once everything is done, what you need to do is go through everything and make sure you've corrected all your spelling mistakes. Make sure everything is arranged in a nice and professional manner so that it will look so professional, and every employer who looked at the CV will definitely pick you up and call you for interview. So I will see you in the upcoming video. Take care. Bye bye.